Humans have been both predators and prey throughout history. Our early ancestors faced constant threats from carnivores. Today, things are very different. We no longer need to hide from wild animals, as many are extinct or have evolved into less dangerous forms. So, how did these ancient hunters rise to the top of the food chain? What unique traits made them such efficient killers? Predation is the act of one organism hunting and eating another. It is a fundamental rule of nature. They play a crucial role in keeping our ecosystems balanced by controlling the population of their prey. It is an automatic cycle that never ends. And thanks to them, evolution occurs as the prey starts developing defenses to avoid being eaten by them. Plus, in response, the predator also starts enhancing their skills to hunt them. It can be said that no life existed in the world before predation. It was a hot, chaotic, and much harsher place. There were frequent volcanic eruptions and meteorite impacts that were always bombarding the planet. The atmosphere at that time was very thick. The greenhouse gases like methane and ammonia were making it much hotter and more toxic for life to exist on it. Oxygen also didn't exist. It was actually a product of later life forms like cyanobacteria. But despite these harsh conditions, water existed and formed vast oceans. The world started to get crowded after various life forms, including stromatolites, bacteria, and chemoautotrophs. But around 541 million years ago, there was this period known as the Cambrian explosion, which is dramatically believed to alter the course of life. During this time, the diversification of animal life began. Animals started being predators in search of food. They started developing some adaptations, including the hard shells made of calcium carbonate and some other minerals. They provided protection from the predators and the environment. The next thing they got was mobility. Improved mobility allowed the organism to search for food quite actively. It also helped them to escape from danger. This included the development of fins, segmented bodies of worms, and specialized appendages for swimming or burrowing. There aren't many examples of the earliest predators. Today, one of the earliest known apex predators is Anomaloclaris canadensis. By judging this animal's fossil record, it was hunted a 500 million years ago. The name is translated as the abnormal shrimp from Canada, and it is used to hunt soft prey underwater. These were very fearful creatures that lived in the Cambrian seas and eventually grew to several meters long. The animal had a segmented body with a pair of large and flattened appendages for catching prey. They had stalked eyes which gave them a good vision under the ocean. Scientists also believe that Anomaloclaris also used its grasping appendages to catch its prey, then tore them apart by using mouth parts located underneath its head. They had a powerful swimming ability that made them terrifying hunters. But it's just one example of the earliest predators that emerged during the Cambrian explosion. There might be some more powerful than others. The development of all these adaptations forever changed the interaction of the oceans, making the ecosystem a much more complex thing today. The rise of predators had a great impact on the evolution of life on the Earth. They started a constant race for evolution, in which both predators and prey are running after each other to survive. The much stronger predators were like a pressure for the prey that helped them develop stronger defenses. Some creatures even developed the ability to produce toxins or some bad-tasting chemicals to keep the predators away. Coevolution refers to the back and forth race of predators and prey, in which there's this fascinating example of a chambered nautilus that can blow your mind. It is a shelled cephalopod that has been around for 1 million years. It has seen all the changes that Earth has encountered. The nautilus has a hard spiral shell that provides it with great protection from predators. It also retreats into the shell and seals the opening with its specialized hood. Their eyes are well developed with their predation experience. They can easily detect whenever the predator is approaching and use jet propulsion to move quickly from them. Next, Nautilus Historia, the most ancient and the longest surviving book from the Roman Empire, was published in 77 AD by Pliny the Elder. The book tells us about Romans' views on nature. In its 7th book, Pliny describes lions, Romans quite fascinated them by their retractable claws and mating habits. The author also wrote that those lions only attack humans when they don't find wild prey. Some modern observations from India and Africa aligned with this fact that they have noticed old cats turning to humans when they were desperate. Pliny describes lions as noble animals, focusing on their kindness towards those who are defeated. He shares a story about a woman who asked a lion for mercy, showing the lion's supposed nobility. He discussed that lions react intelligently to those that hurt them. When someone harms a lion, it will track them down for revenge, no matter what. There are organisms that has always been a mystery for paleontologists. They have been working on its fossils for many years, but still haven't come to any conclusions. Dickinsonia is a very fascinating animal. It is an oval-shaped creature with a ribbed body. It was most abundant in the Cambrian period. Some fossils show that they must have been quite large, but no one is certain about this fact. Scientists often encounter this question about Dickinsonia. Was it a predator or simply a passive grazer? Their fossils give clear signs of grasping appendages, and they were the most common organ for the predator. There's also some evidence that they had a specialized body that helped them glide along the seafloor, eating algae and other food particles. These confusions show that we are born very late, or our technology is very late, I guess. The Earth has been through so much evolution and so many changes that fossils have become much softer and very hard to study. There's also an interesting fact that there is always a bigger fish, no matter how strong a predator can be. They might have fallen victim to even larger predators. Some fossils show bite marks on the bones and shells of Cambrian creatures, suggesting that there is no end to the food chain. Although we might notice, the impact of ancient predators is still felt today. They have shaped our natural world and keep the environment balanced. Humans also encounter many predators back in the time. You won't imagine the chaos wolves possessed in the era of humans. Wolf attacks have been recorded for almost 1,000 years. The direct human predation has been much decreased due to agriculture. Wolves attack the livestock and make humans literally hate them. They targeted humans, especially the children, who feared them a lot. Europeans often depict wolves as cunning and destructive creatures. There is an account from 1439 that says a pack of wolves in Paris killed 40 clergymen. The wolves also had their leader, the distinctive red wolf named Cortad, but ultimately the pack was ambushed and killed. France had a very large population of wolves, and their attacks remained common until the 19th century. Humans literally inherited the fear of wolves in their descendants. Coming up to much recent times, there was a very terrifying accident after the sinking of the USS Indianapolis in 1945. There were 1,195 crew members. 300 went down with the ship, but the remaining 895 faced severe exposure, dehydration, and shark attacks. There were reports that at least 159 were killed by sharks and many were hurt. This was the deadliest shark attack in history. And how can we forget crocodiles? They are truly one of the very deadliest creatures today. Around 1,000 people are annually killed by crocodiles on the bank of the Nile and saltwater. It has also been reported that a 16-foot crocodile named Osama killed up to 80 people in Uganda. There is also an infamous man-eater named Gustav Crocodile, which is 18 feet long and caused over 300 deaths, and the accuracy of this number is still under debate. This video was too small to cover all this topic. We do not even clearly know about the real emergence of life and how this phenomena of predation started. The world we live in is very diverse and are completely unaware of the things that might be existing with us right now. There is also a well-known fact that we only have discovered 5% of oceans. We do not know what secrets has been keeping us from that 95%. Still, in conclusion, predators are real, and if you find them near you, there's no solution but to run. Thanks for bearing with my boring debate until now. See you in the next episode. Make sure to hit the sub button.